Ananthapuram YouTube channel and welcome to our session, editorial session. So right in our session, what do we discuss? As usually, let's start with the quote of the day. So what is the quote of the day? Like I brought you something typical. Your life is a result of the choices you make. If you don't like your life, it's time to start making better choices. See, whatever the choices you make, that's what you are. Try to understand what are you right now. So are you a student? Are you a failure? Are you a successful person? Are you a depressed person? So what are you are right now? These are nothing but so you are just the result of the choices you made. So whatever your life right now is, like you are not feeling it going in a right manner. So just think that so have a better choice, make a better choice, then your life will be in a good position. That's it. Let's get to one word substitution. So right in our list we are in this phobias related list. So in this phobias related list we are at the edge of this. So after this I already told you that so we are going to learn these root words in the next upcoming sessions. Next, let's start with the first word, syphilophobia. Syphilis related phobia or fear is called as syphilophobia. Next, taphophobia, like now and then we listen such kind of instance, like somebody is being buried alive. So we don't get buried like that, but that kind of fear, like thinking about that itself so sends some chills in your spine. That kind of phobia is called as taphophobia. Next, technophobia, the word itself tells you, so fear of technology. Next, thalassophobia is related to sea, and fear of the sea is called as thalassophobia. And the last one on the list, thanatophobia. Thanatophobia is nothing but so fear of death. So here these are the things related to phobias. And next let's get to manias list. And in the manias list, satyromania, actually you have got nymphomania, females having abnormal sexual desires. Abnormal great male sexual desire is called as satyriasis or satyromania. Next, scribblomania, obsession with scribbling, scribbling, writing unnecessarily. Next, sebastomania means religious insanity, like the craziness towards one's religion is called as sebastomania. And next, cytiomania. Cytiomania is so extreme hatred towards food, aversion towards food. Next, sophomania, delusion that one is incredibly intelligent, like feeling self or thinking about other person that they are extraordinary, incredibly intelligent. Such kind of mania, always thinking or delusion is called as sophomania. And let's get to today's phrasal verbs. Already we are also in the alphabetical order related to these phrasal verbs. So let's start with the first one, keep on. Keep on going, keep on waiting, keep, kept. So what does that mean? Continue doing something is called as keep on. Next, he told him to be quiet, but he kept on making noise. So he kept on making noise. Next, keep up with. So stay at the same level. So keep up with me. That means so you also should match my levels. That kind of thing is called as keep up with. So here I have got two prepositions with keep. Karan walks so fast, it's difficult to keep up with him, means it's difficult to maintain the same level as he is doing. Next, kick off. Kick off, OFF off means like to start something, to begin something. The football match kicked off at 3 o'clock. So obviously kicking is related to football, so that might be a link to you, but whatever it is, kick off, remember in that manner. Next, leave out. Leave out means what? Omit. To omit or not mentioning something. The child names, so out itself means like something is completely away from something. The child's name was left out of the report, so that means it's not mentioned, it's omitted from that list. Next, let's get to today's vocabulary. So every time I'm insisting this particular point, so I cover different vocabulary like phrasal verbs and idiomatic expression, all these things in editorial vocabulary. Apart from these, I am telling you in extra this particular vocabulary, one word substitutions, and these particular phrasal verbs, even you make use of these. Transparency, clarity or straightforwardness or openness, you can say. Main thing, this word, remember this word, unambiguity. Ambiguity means having no clarity, unambiguity means having clarity. Stall means, so when it is used in verb sense, obstruct, stalled, halted, restricted, interrupt, block. Next, scrutiny, scrutinize. Now and then we listen this word. Scrutiny means like inspect, to inspect or to investigate, to audit something. Here one more different word you have got here, writ petition. A writ petition can be filed by any person whose fundamental rights have been infringed or violated by the state. When state violates or disturbs a person's, an individual's fundamental rights, he can file a petition. That kind of petition is called as a writ petition. Next, call for, it's a phrasal verb. One more phrasal verb we have got here. So call for means like you are asking for someone, you are asking to some people, you are demanding, you are requiring. Audit means, scrutinize. Again we are getting the same synonym. Audit means scrutinize means audit. So when it is used as a audit, audition, audited verbs, audition, noun, analyze, scrutinize, investigate. Apprise also. Apprise, it's a new term to you in this list. Next, Comptroller and Auditor General. You say CAG of India. That means it is empowered to audit all expenses from the combined fund of the union or state governments, whether incurred within India or outside. So all these things CAG itself means, so this is a body which is empowered to audit all expenditures of both the combined fund of the union and state governments. Next, asserted, to declare, to announce, or to pronounce, to state something. Exception, exception means irregularity, deviation, special case, and new term here is anomaly. Anomaly means exception, that thing which deviates the main theme. Take to, it's a phrase, so resort to, turn to, have recourse to. Next, corpus means, so it's also a new term, particularly it's a financial related term, that means total amount of money. Next, in place, exactly, set up or arranged, it's also a phrasal expression. Forthcoming, so communicative, open thing is called as forthcoming. Whatever is right in front of us, which is open, which is candid, you can say forthcoming. Next, trust deed, it's a technical, content term related to the context of the editorial which we are about to discuss. A deed of trust is essentially an agreement between a lender and a borrower to give property to a neutral third party who will serve as a trustee. So whatever it is, so lender, borrower, whatever agreement shall be there, that is trust deed of trust. Summarily means it's an adverb which means immediately, instantly, straight away, so without a delay. Some more phrase, some more vocabulary related to the same editorial. Public authority. What is public authority? Government agency itself is called as a public authority. Ex officio, it's a foreign term. It's a Latin phrase which means from the office. Ex officio, so right from the office. By virtue of one's office, acting emeritus. Emeritus is also a new term. Trustee, the person who is an administrator, custodian, keeper, like who keeps or who cares, who takes care of something is called as trustee. Next, setup. What is the meaning of setup? Setup means it's a phrasal verb which means establish or to start, to inaugurate, to create. Explicit. Again, illicit is there. Illicit means it's completely negative word. So don't get confused between these two words, explicit and illicit. Illicit means illegal, not accepted by the society. Explicit means clear, detailed, definite, categorical. Next, consent. Consent itself means agreement or assent also. Assent, consent, SCNT. You can have a link, permission or approval. Explicit consent. So direct consent. An individual is clearly presented with an option to agree or disagree with either collection, use or disclosure of personal information. Next, proviso. Provision is there. Proviso means, don't get confused that it is a wrong spelling. Proviso means condition or terms, provision, clause, stipulation, all these things can act as synonyms to this. Uncapped, unlimited, unrestricted, especially in the matter of in the case of price, rate or amount. Next, corporate social responsibility. What is this CSR? The ethical role of the corporation in society. Ethical role of corporation in the society. That is called as responsibility. That's why it's called as corporate responsibility, private business related responsibility. Next, regressive, retrograde, retrogressive, unprogressive, negative, like something related to past or fixed in past. Incentive, something a perk or a payment or a concession. Breakup. What is breakup? It's used as a noun in this case. So usually when it is used in a phrasal verb sense, it's a different matter. The division of something into separate parts is called as a breakup. Next, ventilator, a respirator or device, according to pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. So these days people are pretty familiar with this ventilator. Stretched, put a strain on, put great demands on, overtax, overburden. So this is a familiar term. The remaining, according to the context, you need to remember. Next, at the very least, it's a phrasal expression. To put it mildly, without any exaggeration, to the least point, taking pessimistic view and a negative view. Next, seek means to try or to attempt, and moreover don't get seek verb forms, in the sense don't say that seeked, they are sought, SOUGHT. Next, legitimate, illegitimate. Legitimate means valid, reasonable, reliable, trust, having trust on something. Legitimate, that which can be trusted. Accountable, answerable, responsible, liable. So these things are the vocabulary for the day, and let's get to editorial of the day. So what is the editorial today? Yes, today's editorial is about need for transparency on PM CARES Fund. So actually there is a need for the transparency related to this PM CARES Fund. So here the government must not stall queries related to the operation of the PM CARES Fund. Stall means obstruct. Queries related. So government must not obstruct these queries related to the operation of the PM CARES Fund. So it has to answer. There is something about the nature of the PM's citizen assistance and relief in emergency situations, and CARES, CARES, citizen assistance and relief in emergency situations, PM CARES Fund, that has led to demands for its scrutiny. While the Supreme Court has rejected a writ competition calling for a funds diversion from this fund to the National Disaster Response Fund, and also denied the petitioners' demand that the Public Charitable Trust be audited by the CAG, questions remain about its need, operation, and its persisting lack of transparency. However, so Supreme Court even denied the petition's demand. So whoever rejected this writ petition calling for the funds diversion, so it did not give any explanation, and moreover this could be audited by a CAG. So these questions, so many questions remained about its CAG's need, operation, and even its persisting lack of transparency. A 3-judge bench asserted that no exception could be taken to the constitution of yet another public charitable trust at a time of raging COVID-19 pandemic. This time a 3-judge bench declared one thing, that no exception could be taken related to what? To the constitution of yet another public charitable trust at a time. So at a time it should not go for this taken into exception. So especially at a time of a raising COVID-19, especially at this time of COVID-19 pandemic. But the need for a fresh trust when there is the PM's National Relief Fund with a substantial corpus in place is not clear. So moreover, already this PMNRF is already exists. So but the need of fresh trust is a question to anyone. So that's not clear at all. Since the PM CARES Fund existed independent of a budgetary support or government money, the court's reasoning was that there was no occasion for a CAG audit. So here court's reasoning is not at all acceptable, because so here this is a separate body, which one this PM CARES related one, that government money or whatever budgetary support. So the court's reasoning for no budgetary support, there was no occasion for a CAG audit. So court's reasoning is not acceptable. However, the concern is not about the legal basis or the absence of the CAG audit, or whether it is superfluous or indeed essential. So here the matter is not about this delaying or the absence of this CAG audit, or it's maybe superfluous or unnecessary, it seems. So that is not the matter. As responses to RTI queries on the fund reveal, the government is not forthcoming on questions on its transparency or accountability. Here the problem is when these RTI queries, right to information related queries, are not answered. So that is the problem here. It's not forthcoming on answers related to this transparency or accountability. Queries on the trust deed for the fund and its creation and operation have been summarily dismissed by arguing that the fund was not a public authority, even though the PM is its ex officio chairman and 3 cabinet ministers are its trustees. Here the thing is, these queries are not related, these queries on this trust deed, so they are just simply managing the things that they are saying that the fund was not a public authority to question. So that's why queries are not accepted on this particular funds. So though this ex officio chairman, so right from the office, who is the chairman? PM is the chairman, 3 cabinet ministers are its trustees. So they are just misleading the things that they don't have the they don't need to answer to these queries of the public, saying that it's not a public authority. And the Ministry of Corporate Affairs had also treated it as a fund set up by the center. So however, Ministry of Corporate Affairs even treated it in this fund set up by the center, but they are not answering to these questions or the queries of the public. Since the trust was created, lakhs of public and private sector employees have donated a day's salary to it, with some of them claiming that this deduction was done without their explicit consent. So even most of the employees related salaries, 1 day salaries were cut, even public and private sector employees related salary was cut without having their explicit clear consent agreement even. So many public sector units and corporate entities too have made donations because of a proviso allowing uncapped corporate donations that would qualify as corporate social responsibility expenditure. So however, number of public and private organizations, so many, they gave their complete support, doing so many number of donations to this particular fund. So here the thing is, being to qualify it as a CS, or that means corporate social responsibility. Earlier, a government panel had rightly suggested that the double benefit of tax exemption would be a regressive incentive. However, so earlier, so this suggested a particular thing, that is double benefit of tax exemption. So this would be a regressive incentive, retrograde incentive, negative incentive. However, thus far the exact amount of donations and a clear breakup of the expenditure from the fund have not been provided, apart from an announcement in May that 3,100 crore had been sanctioned from it to be spent on ventilators, migrant worker welfare and vaccine development. However, so clear explanation related to the transparency was not clear, was not at all opened up in front of the public, except for this announcement in May. What so 3,100 crore rupees were spent or were sanctioned from this PM CARES fund to be spent on the ventilators, migrant worker welfare as well as vaccine development. States have led the response to COVID-19, and their resources have increasingly been stretched by the continuing rise in infections and deaths, which have crossed 2.8 million and 54,000 mark respectively. So however, this situation of the states have led the response to COVID-19. Their resources are being stretched, so they are also getting drained completely because of this continuous rising of these infections as well as deaths, so which have touched around 2.8 million infections and 54,000 mark deaths already. At the very least, RTA requests that seek to understand how funds are being received and how they are being disbursed so far should be seen as legitimate. So however, RTA is requesting only one thing: they should be legitimate. Whatever the funds distributed or disbursed or received, they should be legitimate, means clearly understandable to each and every person in the country. Also, more needs to be done by the government to publicize donations. More needs to be done by the government to publicize donations to the more accountable NDRF, which allows for a transfer of funds to states. So however, NDRF is more accountable. The thing is, so needs to be done, more needs to be done by the government to publicize these donations. So whichever this NDRF is accountable, so which follows for a transfer of funds to states. All these things are okay, but the thing is, transparency should be there. So lack of transparency leads to something civil related issues. That's why government shall be very careful to get transparent related to this PM CARES fund would be the conclusion of this. So very soon we people are going to have this live sessions related to this editorial analysis, and direct question making, I mean question answering can be done in that particular sessions. And let's get to the last part of the day, test of the day, last but not the least. So here we have got your passage having a typical kind of questionings. So 5 questions have been brought here. So here, so known, I say simplest method, I don't ask you to read this passage. What guys? I don't ask you to read this passage. So I just ask you to go to the questions. Question number 1. They're asking has broken down in tears recounting a dash story. He sits in on interviews which can last up to 7 hours and can be dash if the refugees have had traumatic. Both are negative. B plus V3 or V4. Whatever it is, a dash story, that means we completely need adjective. Eminence is noun, infuriate V1, so placid adjective, harrowing adjective. So placid is positive, harrowing is negative. Answer is B. That's it. Placid means like calm and peaceful, harrowing means horrible or troublesome or very terrifying thing, something like that. Harrowing is the answer. You need to go to the passage also. Next, let's get to the next one. They are asking you to find out interchanging the words. That's why you compulsorily have to go to the that particular context. So what is the context in B? They are asking you to exchange the words. 1 is tempting, 2 is actually, 3 is subsistence, 4 is perks. So in second one, undreamt of plus noun is required. That dash offers, here offers is a verb, so this is subject. Let's consider here you need adverb, so answer is over. That means actually and perks, 2 and 4 can be interchanged. 2 and 4 can be interchanged in the sense answer is C. Is this clear? Next, let's get to the next question. Yeah, so they are asking you to find out an error among these spots. On the contrary, they have always is adverb, done is V3. So at their modest level they were upwardly mobile. So we can continue there in the context. So if you want, yes, these people are not feckless laggards who wants to. On the contrary, they have always done so. At their modest level, they were upwardly mobile. Mobile is adjective, so it's ending with that. Upwardly, lively mobile, friendly mobile. So they were mobile. Mobile itself is an adjective, acceptable. So actually, sorry to say this, there is no error in this. There is no error. Like you can have this as an adverb plus adjective combination without any doubt. She is astonishingly beautiful. Understand this. I am giving you an example. They were astonishingly happy. They are astonishingly energetic. I can say like that. So that's why there is. So you may get doubt here. So it might be an error, but there is no error in this particular question. Next, they are asking you which word shall fill there. Actually, let's get to D here. D, edge of dash. So here we require noun, right guys? So if you see this, yeah, if you see this, we want noun. Unambiguous OUS endings adjectives, obscure adjective, these two are nouns, subsistence and distress. See the context and we can fill the blank. Yes. Yeah. The surreal reality of the lockdown has made them rethink their situation, poised on the edge of a dash. Poised means like to be at one particular point of, it's in a positive sense, so not completely in a negative sense. That's why we can go with what is that? Subsistence. Subsistence can fill the blank there without any doubt. And the last question in this, so here they are asking you should fill the blank E. E blank can be filled with what? Yes, they don't need resources. Lucky them dash. Lucky them dash. So it's about they. Let's get to the point. So you have got they related only 2. You can eliminate these 2. They are on duty 24/7. They always find a way to survive. Let's go to that particular question again. They don't need resources. They'll always find a way to survive. So which is clearly contextually suitable. That's why I'll go with that. They'll always find a way to survive. That's it guys. I hope you got the point and you enjoyed the class. So thank you for watching. More are yet to come, and keep on attending the classes. So, and soon I'm going to come to you with multiple latest patterns, right guys? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe our channel, share with your friends, and don't forget to like. Thank you.